Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got something new from WE Knives. It actually feels pretty hefty. I'm interested to find out what's going on in here. I always like to accept knives from WE Knives because they're cool. They make a really, really nice product, very high quality product, and somehow their quality continues to get better. Something else that continues to increase, I guess, is their price tags, which have gotten pretty out of hand here lately. So a lot of these unboxings have been kind of like, wow, neat, but the price. So I have the price sheet off to my left. It's folded up. Haven't looked at it yet. Haven't looked at the knife. We're going to sort of organically react to it, and then we'll see what the price tag is. If you want to just skip that, you can go to the link in the description and check it out, because I'll put that down there, after I record this. Thanks to WE for sending it in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. And make sure your notifications are turned on. I threw that, or I tried to throw it away. It landed right back where it was. Make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. What do we have here? The Fluxor, satin, etc., etc., etc. Let's see. Many knives, many knives that WE has sent, I've given away, but many of them I have kept. I've given away a lot more than I have kept, that's for sure. But some of my favorite knives are definitely WE knives. They went from having some of the best prices. I mean, literally, like when WE knives came out, they were unbelievable. They were delivering on. Do you remember back when they had the hardware that was like proprietary and it was in the shape of a star? When they first hit the scene, their price tags were unreal. Now, obviously, it's been a long time. I mean, what's it been? 12, 13, 14? I mean, what is it? It must be more than that. Has WE been around for 15 years already? Maybe not. I think they recently celebrated somewhere between their 10th and 15th anniversary. I can't remember. But yeah, they've gone from that to being incredibly nice. Like their quality's gone through the roof, but their price tags, even versus their competition. Oh, this is a big shiny boy, isn't it? Wait a minute. No, it made me think of something else. This is nice. We don't typically see satin finished titanium, and look how they've done the milling here. That is very, very nice. Now, for a second there, I thought it was going to be an integral. It is not. It is a sandwich construction. It is also flat. It's interesting that the bevels are two-tone on this variation. There's probably a few different variations. So we have black hardware, sort of a black and silver theme with this guy. Silver fuller through the pocket clip. Outside is black. Only one mounting position. All satin here, and then in between the lines, they actually did do, more of that. Pretty cool. And then back here, you can see where the lines connect. That's neat. Little lanyard hole. We have just a couple of screws only on the rear side or the non-show side of the knife. Nothing on the show side. Very, very clean. I do like that. WE knives, I think, okay, like if you were to look at Sencut, their Sencut line is pretty much like knife shape with subtle variation between models. Civivi, they got a lot of knife-shaped knives, but they also have some really wacky stuff, and they kind of varied up. WE knives, I feel like it's one of the most diverse in terms of designs and the total number of products. Like the total number of products that they have released that are unique in some way is pretty insane. All right, I'll hand it to them for that. Pretty low profile flipper tab back here with a hole in it. That always looks nice. I do like the pivot with the polished bevels there. Little bowled out pivot. Oh, and then we have a two-tone Wharncliffe blade. Definitely a knife that is both flat. There's a little bit of a notch right there too. A knife that is both flashy but still utilitarian. These are somewhat abrupt. It's not sharp. It's just an abrupt drop off. And we also have a hard 90-degree angle here up against the flipper tab, making the spot where you are sort of pressed up against that flipper tab not awful, but not the most comfortable thing in the whole world. This does feel pretty brickish. Like very, feels like I'm holding kind of a brick, a cozy brick. Not a sharp brick, but a brick. This is a nested liner lock, which I am actually in favor of. I think that's better than an exposed titanium frame lock. I just noticed that the stops are also garaged in both the open and closed position, so that's nice. I bet it's just a steel lock bar. Let's find out. Yeah. I wish, because I'm telling you, I got a number in my head that I think would be fair for this. but I have a feeling I know what this is going to come in at, and there's going to be a bunch of things that need to be different in order for that price to be justified. But I don't know. Let me go ahead and get the measurements for you guys here real quick. It's a big one. Overall length is coming in at 9 inches. Blade length is actually a little over 4 inches, about 4 1/8. Cutting edge is coming in at about 3.9 inches. It's definitely a big knife. It's definitely not quite pocket sword status, but it's big. Flipping action is good, no double clutch, and your pivot action is also incredibly smooth with no grinding, no sound. Hold on, let's wait. Nah, no grinding and no sound at all. WE Knives has gotten better and better and better with action. They really have, And in some ways, versus what I consider to be WE's competition, WE has separated themselves, right? I don't feel like they're, exactly this on the same level as like Poikalo. Sometimes they get up there, on par with Riyadh, but I feel like Riyadh is consistently, better, especially, when it comes to like more complicated designs and stuff. But their action has gotten substantially better, and I feel like they do separate themselves from the general competition zone. The problem is that they want too much money for what they're a little full of themselves in terms of the quality that they deliver. It's very, very good. It's just generally, I don't think it matches up consistently with the prices that they ask. Okay, so. Yeah. I mean, it's not the most offensive that they've been. MSRP $350. You can ignore that. Absolutely nobody will ever pay MSRP. I honestly don't even know why they put that on there. MAP is $297.50. That's what you're going to see, at retail sites. When we're up there at 300, right, especially when you're beyond $250, I really like to see at least contouring. I really like to see that, right? Given that WE Knives is they are simply unwilling to use anything, it seems like, other than M390 or Damasteel, right? And if they use Damasteel, it's like, well, that's another $300 just because. I think they used to use S35VN. I really wish WE Knives would switch it up a bit, like this exact knife, and maybe they had Vanax on it. Well, that's a little bit of a different story, right? Maybe you do a satin DLC. Maybe we've got an inlay here, right? There's a lot of little tiny things that can put it into that, sort of green light zone for this price point. This, as it sits, is neat, and it's big, right? It's a big, neat Wharncliffe, and that's about the limit of it. Two-tone blade, there's probably a few different variations. I do like that the titanium is satin finished. We typically don't see that. The two-tone thing is kind of neat. It's just specific to this variation, right? But there's nothing here that screams, I'm a knife that should cost more than $250, right? Now, people can have their different opinions on that, and maybe you look at this and you're like, I'd definitely pay $297 for that. That's fine. My opinion is based on everything that I have handled. And I mean, as far as especially the high-end Chinese market, I have handled a lot. I mean, thousands of knives, right? So especially, the cherry on top is WE Knives still to this day continues to not only just spam M390 on everything that they make, they refuse to increase their HRC range. 59 to 61 is where they sit. Unless it is coated, this is partially coated, they actually bump it back a point to 58 to 60, which is an absolute joke for M390. 59-61 is industry standard, and it's not very good. 60 plus is where it should be. 60 should be bare minimum. I hammer on this all the time, and I'll keep pointing this out. WE Knives, all of your competitors are bumping up their HRC. They're all going 60 plus, even on their coated stuff, right? You also have a ton of competitors. Maybe, I'll be fair here, maybe you do set yourselves apart in terms of pivot action. It feels really, really good. I mean, this is pivot action that I would find completely acceptable at the $300, $400, $500, $700. I mean, seriously, this is pivot action I'd go, yeah, it feels like $700, basically like Herman or some of the lower end Shirogorovs like that. It feels very, very similar to that. Everything else that you're delivering around it is good, but it's more synonymous with a $250 price point, right? That has been the name of the game with WE Knives in general, is releasing things that are made well, not incredible. I mean, still diversity between other WE knife designs, but not incredibly attention grabbing versus all of the wild and crazy stuff that their competitors are sometimes releasing, right? And they're about $50 to $100 over where they should be, right? I mean, we could bump them a little bit for action. Not much, though. We need different blade steels. You guys should do more inlay stuff. When you guys do multi-ano and inlay stuff and texturing, it's really, really cool. That definitely can add some value there and add a little bit more desire. This by itself is fine. It's just very, very unremarkable with a cool satin finish on the titanium and nice pivot action. And it's a big, long 9-inch Wharncliffe. So fine. I'm not sure that this is going to be, you know, the knife of the season or anything like that. Always willing to look at WE knives because I know eventually they're going to hit one out of the park, and I want to be here for it. Today, not the best thing, not the worst thing, not a great price tag. That's honestly what I think. I'll leave this down in the description. You'll probably still get a review of this knife down the road, so you can wait for that, or you can check it out with the link in the description. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave the like. Leave the like. I suppose each of you individually can only leave one. So from your perspective, it is the like if you want to. Leave the like. If you enjoyed this video, leave the like. I can't get through my outro. So I have to start over. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, to check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.